Napoleon. I'm recreating the Battle of Waterloo from the new Napoleon film using my very own Napoleonic Wars Lego army. But for now, I have been digging through the trailers and now present to you the following screenshots. Lego Napoleon will command the French army, and the Lego Duke of Wellington will lead the British. I do, however, have some terrible news. Some of the minifigures in this video will be dirty knockoffs. This is my real Napoleonic Lego French army, and this is my real Napoleonic Lego British army. But to my shock and horror, the knockoff reinforcements actually don't give me a seizure. They're not awful. So we've got the base plates, commanders, and the armies. I will now generate and plan. Perfect. Now, evidently, I will be taking some liberties as I can't create the entire battle, so I'm gonna focus on the British defense from the film. So, big field, road down the middle, fortifications, concerningly close to camp, cannon, infantry square, horses. With that, we are almost ready to finally begin the build, right after you transfer me your life savings and send your bank account details. Oh, also, another deviation from the script. I bought a new desk quite impulsively, and I'm gonna build it now. Let me give you the tour. This is my new battle station. Now, that's why this video took so long, because I've gradually been stealing all of this equipment from my neighbors one piece at a time. I'd like to remind you that snitches get stitches. Now, with all of that being said, I think we're just about ready to start the build. Right after you transfer me all of your life savings and subscribe. All right, let's get to work. And I have just realized I didn't start the clock. This must have been the World War I build. It says 54 hours. Let's reset and hope it doesn't take us quite that long. Okay, so at this point it might be obvious that I'm already running out of parts for this build. I might have to do a bricklink raid and get a bunch of new parts before I can actually finish this, because that's gonna look awful. It's gonna look really bad. Food. All of this Lego building has got me hangry. But not to worry, today's tasty sponsor can help with that. Factor. 3 reasons that you should subscribe to Factor. Yep, this is it. I mean, need I say more? Oh, now come on now. Behave yourself. I mean, look at it. The food is tasty. Man likes steak. It's also incredibly easy to get your eat on and can be ready within just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. Yeah, I bet you're hungry round about now. Factor is convenient, flexible, and perfect for Lego builders like me. Have you ever spent 15 hours straight building Lego and just basically didn't have time to cook and eat? Well, with Factor, you can do away with those bad habits and eat incredibly deliciousness instead. Nailed it. Deliciousness. Get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life when you use my link. That means you can choose 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors or every order whilst you're an active subscriber. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code with your phone.
4 to 6 weeks later.
Okay, I've now been working on this build for several weeks. Even the background has already changed, and now I'm gonna show you the result. I couldn't even take myself seriously there. So, what do you think? How did it come to this, and why does it look so good? Obviously, this burning pile of rubble is not the final build. Now, you might be wondering, what the hell happened? If you watched my previous Lego World War I video, you might just know what's happened. I needed Lego bricks, and this mock had all of them. But fear not, Lego builder. So cringe, bro. So cringe. I'm not only going to revive this burning pile of rubble, I'm gonna make it even bigger and even better. This time we actually are going to use the 6 green base plates instead of using 2 gray base plates like some kind of boring guy. Yeah. Now, to make things interesting and to, well, basically make sure that I finish the build on time, I'm gonna do something which I'm already regretting even adding into the script. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, okay? I put a 24-hour timer on. When that time ends, whatever state this build is in is going to be complete. 24-hour, started, time for bed.
The next day.
Playtime is over. It's the next day and I've got 3 hours on the clock. That thing spinning behind me is the original build, and in my hands I have these 6 green base plates which by now should probably have the Battle of Waterloo on them. But don't worry, because I'm strapping in for a 3-hour Lego building speedrun, starting with this. Out with the old and in with the new. Every time I build a Lego mock, I spend about just as much time breaking it up than I do actually building it. Well, that ends now. Despite my appearances, I haven't actually been wasting my time, and I'm gonna try something a little bit new and arguably possibly a little bit smarter. Don't believe me? Well, might be right. Right, let's begin. Now, the observant amongst you may have already spotted that I've got stuff prepared. Yes, I've got lots of stuff prepared, and I'm just going to start slapping it down. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to introduce you to one of the things that I prepared. It is a cannon crater. I've actually created them so that they've got an entry and then like a stoppage where I'm going to place a cannonball in there. Okay, so already you can see how much progress we've made in just under 10 minutes. We've got all of the cannon impacts in place already and the beginning of a road. Now, you'll see everything is still going to be modular throughout this. Now, for the time being, I'm going to hold the mock together with some red bricks. Of course, these will not be staying. Ignore the gaps between the roads for the time being. We'll fill them in later. The most important thing we need to do first is we need to get the road to come up a hill. So it goes from 1 brick stilt to 2 brick stilt to 3 brick stilt. And again, look, that goes there. You can kind of see what we're aiming for. Two hours and 15 minutes to go. What do you think? Okay, so there we go. Obviously, you can see around the path there are still some little gaps either side of it. We will deal with those, but they're probably not top priority. Okay, so after the cameras died, I did the detailing work. Now, as it always does, that took just about as long as it took to do all the rest of the landscaping. I've now got 1 hour and 30 minutes to go. Now, the next thing we've got to build is 2 tents. Yep, that's right, Lego tents, which in the Napoleon film, which remember this is supposed to be based on, for some reason the cannons are literally right next to the tents. Very strange decision, but we're gonna do it as well. Tent number 1. Hope it's not difficult. Okay, instructions have been followed. Tent has been folded. Let's see how this works. Okay, clearly I didn't fold it hard enough because mine just doesn't look like theirs. Why does mine look so bad? Do I just need... Okay, I'm just gonna fold it harder. Okay, now that we know what we're doing, tent number 2 should go a lot faster. Okay, so we've made some progress. We've got the tents down and everything is ready. What I'll do for the next 10 minutes is I'm going to try and add some depth and variability to the landscape so it's not just big, flat, hill, 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 flat. I know in the Napoleon film there were not trees, but let's be honest, the Napoleon film sucked. So I'm going to place some trees. Let's put them like at the back, like behind the encampment, so they're not like in the way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like a little bit of like a palisade wall, or I'm going to try anyway. I'm cutting it close here to be quite frank. This feels worth it because this is cool. It's cool. Now, I almost forgot to place the cannons. I wonder if this video will be as bad or worse than the Napoleon film. Let me know in the comments. Okay, now all of these cannon craters might make a bit more sense to you. It's just so sad because they're just like flat and square. You know what? I might just cheat. I might just cheat anyway. Right, the British aren't even gonna get cavalry. What I'm gonna do instead is it's just gonna be a French cavalry charge over here. That's a lot of horses, turns out. Right, let's get right at the front. We've got an actual Corsair. Wait, is he gonna get in there with his armor? Okay, the Corsair can lead it. Finally, the Battle of Waterloo has been completed. And in that final minute, I made a frankly suspicious amount of progress. It's definitely, well, you know, see for yourself. So before I actually show you the battle itself, let me first show you what it takes to actually make it. Yeah, it's a pretty messy job, to be perfectly honest, but it gets the job done. The Lego Battle of Waterloo has been completed, and just in time for the release of the new Napoleon film. We've recreated the British defensive line. Fortified with deadly barricades, British cannons bombard the French army as they fight an uphill battle. The French infantry infantry are fighting their way through the barricades as the cavalry charges down center field. Supported by his Imperial Guard, Napoleon is yet to see his darkest hour. However, atop the hill and mounted on horseback, the Duke of Wellington has spotted Prussian reinforcements, and to make things worse, the British are beginning to rally. The French infantry almost had the British on the run. However, the 92nd will advance. Charging down the road, they will surely give the French a good death. The battle is coming to an end, and this 95th Rifleman has just woken up to realize he's missed the entire thing. Thank you for watching this video. Now subscribe to the channel so that I can get another one of those.